Good morning, student. Welcome again in the lecture series of the organic farming and vermiculture. I am Dr. Vishal Vaidya. I am going to discuss with you the different interesting, knowledgeable and serious issues of the environmental pollution and how we are going towards from conventional to the organic farming. So what today I am going to discuss with you the organic farming. Organic farming is an ecological production management system that promotes and enhances the biodiversity, biological cycles and soil biological activity. It is based on the minimal use of farm inputs and on management practices that restore, maintain and enhance the ecological harmony. Or organic farming is a system which avoids, largely excludes the use of synthetic inputs such as the fertilizers, pesticides and insecticides, the hormones, feed additives, etc. And to the maximum extent, the feasible rely upon the crop rotation, crop residues, animal manures, off-farm organic waste, mineral grade rock additives and biological system of nutrient mobilization and the plant protection is used in the organic farm. Now, I am showing you in front of you the slide which is showing you the component of the organic farming. Look at that. The components they are listing in front of you, those are the vermicompost, green leaf manure, then the crop rotation, biological management, animal husbandry, biofertilizers and the manures. Those are the 7 components of the organic farming and they are used in the agriculture system that work in harmony with the nature. So what the today's lecture is very interesting for you my boys. Now what are those things regarding to the 7 components? We will discuss one by one. What is the crop rotation, how they are used, one by one we will discuss those things. Now about the crop rotation, it is a systematic arrangement for the growing of different crop in a more or less regular sequence on the same land covering a period of 2 or the more. Look at that. It is a systematic arrangement for the growing of different crops in a more or less regular sequence on the same land covering a period of 2 or more years. Soil fertility management, weed and insect and disease control management is come under this bit. The legumes are essential in any rotation because nitrogen fixation is the main and chief role of the legumes. Now, the crop residue is the second, which one is incorporation of the crop residues. Example, the wheat and the rice straw as such are inoculated with the fungal species has a beneficial effect on crop yields and improvement in a physico-chemical properties of the soil. Now, organic manure is a third concept where in that bulky organic manure that is called as farmyard manure, we well decomposed a mixture of the dung, the urine and farm litter and leftover or used up material for the roughage or fooders fed to the cattle. The second that is point that is compost waste material like the vegetable refuse, farm litter such as the weeds, the stubble, bhusa, sugarcane trash, sewage sludge and animal waste in houses and in areas like the human and the industrial refuse can be converted into a useful compost manure by anaerobic decomposition. Now, what are the aerobic and anaerobic decomposition? We will are going to discuss in the next lecture series. Green manuring, what is that? The practice of the plugging and incorporation of the undercomposed green plant tissues of the for the purpose of improving physical structure as well as fertility of the soil. Few examples there are the sunhip, then the dahinia, the cluster bean, cowpea and the barseam. Those are the few examples of the bulky organic manures. Now, the concentrated organic manures, what are those? the organic matter containing higher percentage of essential plant nutrients such as nitrogen, phosphorus and potash as compared to the bulky organic manures. Those are the concentrated organic manures made from the raw material of the animal or plant origin. What are the examples? The oil cakes, blood meal, fish meal, meat meal and horn and the hoof meal. The following slides I am going to showing you, those are the jatropha of cake, then the pumamia of cake, and even if the oil cakes and the bone meal as well as the hoof meal and blood meal slides. Look at that. The next slide will come to explain you what vermicompost. The vermicompost is having a chief role, functional role in the organic farming because earthworms, they are the functional unit of vermiculture. They are called as the intestine of earth, the golden plow of earth. So what nowadays, due to the higher velocity of the soil pollution, the earthworm, they are not there in a soil. In India, only the exotic species they found everywhere. The indigenous species is nowadays in extinct level. The organic manure produced by the activities of the earthworm, they are called as the vermicompost, and the worms, they live, they eat and they excrete. They live in the soil, eat the biomass, excrete the valuable vermicast, and that is actually the compost. The common worm species used in the vermicompost, they are Escherichia foetida and the Dendropinia species, even if the Lampito marucci also used nowadays for the as a fast feeder, for the Udulins also used for the fast feeder in vermicompost technology. The fourth component of the organic farming is the biofertilizers. Everywhere nowadays, farmer as well as the industries as well as the government, they are saying that use biofertilizer as instead of the insecticides and pesticides. A biofertilizer, also called as the is a substance which contains living microorganisms, which when applied to the seed, plant surface or soil colonize the rhizosphere or the interior of the plant and promotes the growth of increasing the supply or availability of primary nutrients to the host plant. They have the following advantages. They help in establishing and the growth of plant and trees. They enhance the biomass production and grain yield of 10 to 20%. They are useful in sustainable agriculture. Now they are suitable in organic farming. They help in important role in the agro industry. This is a very agriculture system. This is a very important fact and advantage of the biofertilizers. Now, what are the types of biofertilizer? There are two types of the biofertilizers. One is symbiotic nitrogen fixation and another one is asymbiotic nitrogen fixation type of the biofertilizer. What is a symbiotic nitrogen fixation type of the biofertilizer? Rhizobium. It colonizes, the one is rhizobium, another one is mycorrhiza. What they did, rhizobium, it colonized the roots of specific legumes to form tumors like growth called as root nodules. The rhizobium legume association can fix up to 100 to 300 kilo nitrogen per hectare in one crop season. This is a very interesting and very functional and very important role of the symbiotic nitrogen fixation which did by the rhizobium. They can fix up to 100 to 300 kilo nitrogen per hectare in one crop season. And mycorrhiza are the symbiotic association of fungi with the roots of the vascular plants, and they also help for that process. Symbiotic nitrogen fixation, in that they grow on decomposing soil organic matter and produce nitrogen compounds for their growth and development. Besides that, they leave behind a significant amount of the nitrogen in surrounding. Azotobacter, then the azosporium, blue-green algae and azolla, those are the examples of a symbiotic nitrogen fixation. Those are the three structures where I am showing you in the figure: blue-green algae, mycorrhiza and root noodles. Those are actually the biofertilizers. Now the next explanation is about the biopesticides. This is a fifth component of the organic farming. Biopesticides, what are biopesticides? Biopesticides are a natural plant product that belong to the so-called secondary metabolites, which include thousands of alkalides, terpenoids, phenolics and minor secondary chemicals. Look at that. Biofertilizers are the secondary byproduct of the metabolites, which include thousands of alkalides, phenolics and the minor secondary chemicals. These substances have usually no more function in the photosynthesis, growth or other basic aspect of the plant physiology. Botanical insecticides are ecologically and environmentally safer. There are some examples there: nicotine, pyrethrin, the rotenine, then Sabivelia, renin and Tucia, margosa are the acros. Those are some examples of the biopesticide. Biopesticides are of two types: microbial pesticide, they make the bacteria like Bacillus thuringiensis, and the biochemical pesticides, and the last one is a biological control agent, means some insect, they act as a biological control in that. Now the next slide will help you to understand the three types of the biopesticide. Here the biopesticide, there are three types: microbial pesticide, they prepare a bacteria, example they are given you, the Bacillus thuringiensis. And the next one is they make, this is the second part, that is biochemical pesticides, the chemical which are prepared as a pesticide from the biological active compounds. Then the third one is biological control agent. Now the biological control agent, they are actually different biological control agent used in the crop things, like some anti-pest, like the butterfly also used, even if some traps are also used, means biological control agent they are used for the in a biological pest. Then the next question is come in front of us, is that is why organic farming? Again we are in a very interesting mode of our lecture. Why organic farming? If suppose we understand what is organic farming, what is the worldwide rate and what is issues of organic farming, then why? What is the reason? Organic farming provides long-term benefits to a people and the environment. This is the first fact. Involves the steps of using the factors of going green by using the fertilizer that are bio-based to develop the crops. Organic farming, they have some aims: increase long-term soil fertility, control the pests and diseases without harming the environment. This is very important, without harming the environment. Ensure that the water stays clean and safe, use of existing resources, so the farmer need less money to buy farm inputs, produce the nutritious food, feed for the animals and the high quality crops to sell at a good price. Those are the things which come under the aim of the organic farming, means from the increasing the long term soil fertility to the good price rate. Those are a few aims of the organic farming. And the slide itself showing you the objective of the organic farming. What are the objectives of organic? Again, organic farming having 7 main chief executive or functional objectives. First one is produce food with high nutritional quality. This is the first objective of organic farming. Second, that is work with natural system, not with the pesticides or the industrial zones. Now the third one is maintain the increased soil fertility. Maintain and increase soil fertility. The fourth, that is use renewable sources of as far as possible. And the fifth, that is avoid pollution. Now, the sixth sutra of the organic farming, or the objective of the organic farming, is wider social and ecological impact of farming system. And the last, that is the seventh, allow satisfaction to the agricultural producers. Those are the seven objectives, and those are very important. And if we keep those seven objectives in our mind, then there is no pollution of the water or the soil or in the air. Now, what is the concept of the organic farming? Look at that. I am going to discuss with you one by one the phases which are really basic and which are very informative to you. What is the concept of the organic farming? Work as closely as possible in closed cycles and use local resources. The first concept, work as closely as possible in closed cycles and use local resources. Preserve the natural fertility of the soil. Avoid all forms of the pollution that arise from farming practices. Promote tillage practice that show most concern for the environment and the nature, and produce food for optimal nutritional value. Those are the concept of the organic farming. And the next part is again towards the concept that you reduce the use of non-renewable resources in the agriculture, including fossil fuels. Work to ensure that the waste product from towns and food industries achieve a quality that allow their reuse as fertilizer in the agriculture. Now, provide all the animal with living conditions that satisfy their natural behavioral pattern and needs. Do everything possible to ensure that all living organisms that the farmer works with are the allies, but they be they microorganism, plant or animals. This is an important aspect of the organic farming. Now, after those, the why, the concept, the content, we are moving towards low external input technology. We are going to discuss today the low external input technology in organic farming. The technology that concern collection of the crop management inputs and technologies for soil conservation, soil fertility enhancement, crop establishment and pest control. Look at that, the low external input technology, LEIT, L-E-I-T, that is very important, which is concerned to collection of the crop management input and technologies for the soil conservation, soil fertility enhancement, crop establishment and pest control. The delineation of the technology may serve either a restrictive or integrative purpose. The restrictive interpretation promotes the LEIT, means the low external input technology, as a way of the insulting farmers' use of the external inputs in the service of the socio-economic and environmental ends. This promotes the environmental sustainable. It means that low external input technology, it promotes the environmental sustainable. Small scale farming emphasizes the low external input sustainable agriculture, or it promotes active participation in the market by offering a distinctive environmentally friendly brand such as the organic agriculture. The integrative interpretation see that LEIT as an essential element in a broad strategies for the agricultural development. It incorporates along with the appropriate external input in the strategies such as the integrated nutrient management and integrated pest management. Those are two important things: integrated nutrient management and integrated pest management. Now, what the USDA concept of organic farming is a system which largely excludes the use of synthetic inputs such as fertilizers, the pesticide, the hormones, feed additives, and the maximum extent visibly rely upon the crop rotation, crop residues, animal manures, off-farm manures, and the mineral grade rock additives and biological system of nutrient mobilization and the plant. And what is the FAO concept? Means farming of organic system. That organic agriculture is a unique production management system which promotes and enhances the agro-ecosystem health, including biodiversity, biological cycle and soil biological activity. This is accomplished by using on a farm agronomic, biological and mechanical methods in exclusion of all the synthetic or farm inputs. And next concept, that is a physiological concept. Organic farming is the spirits of the organic relationships. In this, the system, everything is connected with the everything else. Physiological system is, that is the organic farming is the spirits of organic relationships. In this system, the everything is connected to everything else. This is why the organic farming and the organic farming technology is very important nowadays, because we are living in the pollution era and the pollution is growing day by day. That's why the cycles, natural cycles, they are now changed and we are helpless. So what? It is my hearty request to all that do a preparation of the organic farming for the health, for the issues of the human health and issues of the environmental health. Thank you very much.